And bam, just like that, I'm back in my office studio. Very excited to have my first day back at work. And I wanted to come to you today with a video about contractors. Contractors, this one specifically for you. Boards, you may want to take this into consideration. Community association managers, you know this pain. I received an email from a contractor. I have no idea who this person is, but they had sent an invoice and I tell him thank you that I forwarded it and he will get his payment shortly. The next email was irate. I mean, this guy was completely out of control. He's threatening lawsuits and demands and, saying we don't run an appropriate outfit and just going crazy, right? And I'm like, wow, hold on a second. I don't even know who you are, for one. And number two, we don't need to have a conversation the way that you're having it. So one of our core values is to seek to better understand. So I take it upon myself to try and do that. And I give this gentleman a call, trying to break down the fundamentals of HOA management and what it is. The boards are ultimately responsible for the finances. We have processes where we get an invoice, we put it into our system, it goes through an approval process, the AP clerk approves it, then the manager approves it, then it goes to the board for their approval. And so there's a lot of eyes, and in community association management, it takes a while. All of our vendors that we work with on a consistent basis love our processes. They understand that they're working for a homeowner association, but they also really enjoy the fact that we cut checks twice a month. But for this particular guy, he was the type of vendor that does a job today and needs to be paid tomorrow. That vendor probably does not want to be working in community association management. So vendors out there, please be aware that if you're working with a community association, that management companies are not going to pay you the day after the job is done. Okay, managers, it's really important that anytime you hire a contractor, that payment terms are something that is in writing. You probably have a group of contractors that you call in for work orders that normally don't have anything in writing, but your management company has probably worked with a set of vendors that they do have something in writing with to make sure that they understand the payment processes. When either a board decides that they want to hire somebody because it's a friend or they found them on Craigslist for less expensive, whatever it is, there are so many things involved in that really complicate the process. If it's over a certain dollar amount, we have to 1099 them, which also means that we're not going to issue them their check until after we get their W-9 in, so that way we have it for year end, so we don't have to go chasing that contractor later on down the road. And for communities that do this with a lot of different vendors through the year, the amount of work that you put on your management company is just incredible. So that's another thing that this gentleman didn't like, is that we were requiring a W-9. And even though it took his office, I think, 2 or 3 weeks to get it to us, he was, really trying to go over our head to the board, saying that we weren't doing what we're supposed to, when absolutely we were. Contractors, know your client. Know if you're getting into the HOA space, that cash flow is something that you really need to be aware of, because some community association management companies only cut checks once a month. So if you've done a job early in the month, you may be waiting to the 30th until that check even gets through and processed to be mailed, right? So be very cognizant of who your customer is. Make sure if you're working for a management company, you're not going to have those cash flow issues. And if you are, then most community association management companies like ourselves have a rush check request, but that's an additional fee. And if you want to pay that fee, that's fine, but don't expect the management company to drop everything they're doing to work on your problem at no additional cost. So really, today's education is about know your customer, know who it is you're working for, and unlike the gentleman that I had to work with, be kind to the management company. That guy probably lost out on a huge opportunity. He may not have known that we're a management company that could have sent him out on a lot of other jobs because of the volume that we have. And we really could have seen him be more successful, but because he came in attacking and demanding and being rude and unkind, those are not the people we want to work with. So we did everything we could to be professional, make sure that he got his check. We went through the appropriate processes, but we will not use him in the future. So if you are a contractor that's working with a management company, don't burn your bridge, because you may get a lot more opportunity from them. So anyway, with that, James Pfeiffer, very glad to be back in my office, and I'll be bringing you more additional content soon. Thank you.